Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is Ms. REDA Asif, your maths teacher from SM Public Academy Campus 5. I hope, my dear students, that you all are fine at home and doing well. So, my dear, what we are going to do today? Chapter number 3, Algebra. In chapter number 3, Algebra, we are going to do division of polynomial. In our previous session of algebra, we were discussing division of monomials. Monomials means a single term. For example, here the dividend is 54ab and the divisor is 9b. Okay, we have to divide this dividend by this divisor. So we have to write the dividend in the numerator like this and the divisor in the denominator, right? Now, 54 and 9, these are called the coefficients, okay? Numerical coefficients are 54 and 9. So first of all, students, we know that 9 ones are 9 and 9 6 are 54. So in the quotient, first we get is equals to 6 here. Now what about the variables? Here there is a, okay, in the numerator. Is there any a in the denominator? No, so I can write a over here. And now what about the b? Here b with the power 1 is in the numerator, b with the power 1 in the denominator. So both b will be cancelled out and we get here, what we get here? We get 6a. Why? Because b and b will be cancelled. Okay. And we know that why we get this answer 6a. Because when 6a is multiplied with 9b, when 6a is multiplied with 9b, we get the answer 6 9s are 54. A into b is ab. Is that clear? When we multiply the quotient with the divisor, we get the division. We get the dividend. Okay, we get the dividend. So here, by dividing 54ab over 9b, by dividing 54ab by 9b, we get 6a as a quotient. Now, here, we are going to discuss again law of exponent in division. Let's take a quick review of it. The students, what we have discussed about this law. This law is valid for the variables having bases same. Okay, whenever the divisor and dividend bases are same, when the bases of dividend and divisors are same, then this law is applicable. Clear? Okay, we can apply only this law when the bases are same. Bases means x. They are same. Now 7 and 5, these are called the powers and the exponent. Okay. Now when the bases are same, then the power of the divisor is going to be subtracted from the power of the dividend. Whatever the power will be. Here the power is 7. So 7 minus 5. We get x power 7 minus 5, that is equals to x power square. That means x square. Okay. Now here again bases are same, so we get power of dividend minus power of divisor. So we get 4 minus 1 is 3. So we get the answer x cube. Okay. Now the third one is x over x. Okay. X over x. X means power 1. Okay. Here only x is written. So what is the power? The power is 1. The power is 1. So we get x power, this is the power of dividend and this is the power of the divisor. We get x power 1 minus 1 and that is equals to 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. So we get x power 0. And please keep remember in your mind that whenever the variables or number having power 0, that is always equals to 1. Okay? Any number except 0 to the power 0 is always equals to 1. Okay? A power 0, b power 0, 5 power 0. It is always equals to 1. Okay? Now, here the question is, we have to divide minus 16abc by minus 4a. So first we have to write the dividend over the divisor like this. Okay? Now, first of all, we have to check the signs. Here, both the signs are of minus, so minus and minus will be cancelled. Okay. Now, next is the coefficient. So, coefficient 4 ones are 4 and 4 fours are 16. Okay. First, we have to check the sign, then the coefficient, and then we have to check the variables. Now, students, here A is there in numerator and denominator. So A and A will be cancelled. So we get BC. We get the answer 4BC. Okay, we get the answer 4BC. Now here, binomial term is in the numerator and monomial is in the denominator. Okay, binomial means two terms are there. So how can we divide binomial with monomial? First of all, we have to write the dividend over divisor. Okay, then we have to write the divisor separately below these two terms like this. Okay, we have to write 7m square n square below this first term and then below this second term. Is it clear? What is the step number 1? First, you have to write dividend, whatever the dividend is there. Okay. If there are 2 terms, so you can write 2 terms. If there are 3, 4 terms, so just write down the 4 terms over the divisor. Then write separately. Okay. Then write the first term over divisor, second term over the divisor, third term over the divisor. Okay. Now, step number 3 is you have to check the signs first. Okay. Then coefficient and then the variables. So here 7 ones are 7, 7 into 2 is 14. Now here 7 ones are 7. Here you get 7 fours are 28. Now here the variable is having power m power cube and m power square. So when the bases are same here, we can write the power of the dividend minus power of the divisor. Clear everybody? And n square and n square will be cancelled. Okay? N square and n square. Bases with the same powers. Okay? It will be cancelled. So we get m power 3 minus 2. Now what about the second term? Minus will be copied as it is. 7 ones are 7, 7 fours are 28. So we get 4 here. Okay? Now here the bases are same. So the power of divisor is subtracted. We get m 4 minus 2. Okay. And what about this n? N bases are same. So we can write n 3 minus 2. Okay. N 3 minus 2 in the power. Right. Now the last step is of simplification of these powers. 3 minus 2 is 1. So we can simply write 2m. There's no need to write 1. Okay, now minus is copied, 4 is copied as it is. M here, 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay, and n power 3 minus 2, 3 minus 2 is 1, that means n. Okay, clear everybody? Next question is 18x power 6 y power 4 minus 15x power 4 y cube plus 9x square y square. Now trinomial term is there. We have to divide it by the monomial term, that is minus x square y. Okay. Now step number 1 is same. You have to write down the dividend over the divisor. Now here, please look at the sign carefully. The divisor contains the negative sign. Okay. Here the divisor is having the negative sign. So you have to be very, very careful about it. Now write this whole divisor properly below these three terms. Okay, like this. First term, divisor, minus. Minus is copies as it is from here. Now the second term is there. Then the divisor with the negative sign. Now the third term is with the plus sign, so we have copied plus as it is, and the divisor is with the negative sign, so we have copied the minus sign here with x square 1. Clear everybody? What we have done, we are now going to separately dividing these three terms by the minus x square y. Now students, step number 1 is we have to check the signs. Here, there is no sign, that means there is a sign of plus. So, plus minus, in the first term here, plus minus is minus. So, we get here minus. Okay. Now, here there isn't any coefficient. So, we get 18. We get simply 18. And here, you can see the power of x is 6 and power of x is 2. Okay. So, we can write here minus 18 x power 6 minus 2, and here y power is 4 and here y power is 1. So we can write y 4 minus 1. Clear everybody? Is it clear? Clear? Now look at the sign. Here the minus sign is here and here the minus sign is here. So minus minus becomes plus. Minus minus becomes plus. 15 will be copied as it is. Now here, look at the basis of these variables, x and x. So I can subtract this 2 from 4. I can write x power 4 minus 2. Okay. Now here, look at the basis, y and y. So I can write y power 3 minus 1. Now what about the third term? Here the sign is plus and here the sign is minus. So plus minus minus. When we multiply plus and minus, we get the sign minus. So plus minus minus. Clear everybody? Plus minus minus. Okay. Now we are going to copy 9 as it is. Now x square and x square, they are same. Both will be cancelled. And y is having power 2 and y is having power 1. So we can write y power 2 minus 1. Clear everybody? What we have done in this step, we have multiplied the signs. Okay. And here, what about these variables? When the variables, that means when the basis of dividend and divisors are same, we can subtract the power of the divisor from the power of the dividend. Clear everybody? Now the last step is of simplification. We can write minus 18 x power 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2 means 4. Y power 4 minus 1 is 3. Clear? Now plus 15 is copied as it is. X power 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 means 2. Y power 3 minus 1 means y power square. Then minus 9 is copied as it is. Y 2 minus 1. Y power 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we get y with the power 1 means y. So we get the answer here like this. Okay students, be careful about the signs and power. Now we are going to start division of compound expression. Division of compound expression. For example, here we have already discussed division of monomials. Monomials here, you can see that trinomial term is there, but the divisor is monomial. Okay. Now here, again you can see the dividends are same. Here, look at the dividend. B square plus 3b plus 2. Here, the dividend are same. Both are trinomials. But here, the divisor is monomial. Okay, here you can see that divisor is, we are going to divide it by b. B means it's a single term. Okay, that means it's a division of monomial. And here you can see that b plus 1 is there. That means how many terms are there? 1, 2. 2 terms are there. Okay, here in the divisor, 2 terms are there. So how can we solve these two questions? Can we follow the same method for both the questions? Are we able to solve these two questions by using the same method? For example, here I told you to just write the dividend separately. Here the dividend is trinomial, so we have written the 3 terms separately over the divisor. And here the divisor is monomial, that is b. So I have written b square over b plus 3b over b plus 2 over b. Okay. Step number 1 is, here step number 1 is, I have separately written this divisor below these 3 terms. Clear everybody? Now in the same way, I am trying, what I am going to do here, I am trying to solve this question by using the same method. Let's see that can we solve this question by the same method we have discussed already? Now, step number 1 is, we have written the dividend here separately with b square plus 3b plus 2 over the divisor b plus 1 here. Okay, below the first term, below the second term, below the third term. I have written the divisor separately below these 3 terms. Okay, now what is the step number 2? Step number 2 is, we have to check out the power, we have to check out the signs, then coefficients, then we have to check the variables. Here b square is there, and here in the denominator b is there. So I get the answer b. Okay, why? B power 2 minus 1, it gives the answer b. Plus here b and b will be cancelled. Okay, here you can see that b and b, so b and b will be cancelled. We get 3. Okay, so we get b plus 3, and what about plus 2 upon b? Here we cannot cancel anything in the numerator and denominator, so it will be copied as it is. We get b plus 3 plus 2 over b. Clear everybody? So this is our answer. Now what about this question, having the divisor as a binomial term, having the divisor not the monomial term. Okay, now here in the divisor you can see that b plus 1 is over there. How can I divide this b plus 1 with this b square? I cannot divide b square by b plus 1. It's not possible for me. Is it possible? Tell me, is it possible for you to divide it? For example, if 2 is over there and in the now, if it is written over here, can you divide this 2 with 2? No, it's not possible. Okay, it's not possible to do this. So that means this is wrong. We cannot solve this question by this method. Okay, we can solve only when the divisor is monomial. When the divisor is monomial, then we can follow this method. Okay, but when the divisor is not monomial, we cannot follow this method. So what method we are going to follow here? Think about it. we are going to follow here the method. Here we are going to divide b square plus 3b plus 2 by b plus 1. Here we are going to follow the long division. For example, students, if you have to divide 10 by 2, okay, if you have to divide 10 by 2, how can you solve this question? You have to write dividend here and the divisor here. Okay, in the same way, look at this. You have to copy the dividend here and the divisor here. Now you have to read the table of 2. That 2 is multiplied with what to get 10? We know that 2 into 5 is 10. So I can write 5 here. So 2 into 5 is 10. When 10 is subtracted from 10, it is cancelled. So we get the answer here. The quotient is 5. The answer is 5. The quotient is 5. Now in the same way, we can divide this b square plus 3b plus 2 by b plus 1. So this is a divisor we are going to write here. Okay, like 2. And this is the dividend, that is just like 10. So we are going to write the dividend over here. Now students, in the same way, we have multiplied 2 with 5 to get 10. Here we, in the dividend, 10 is written over there. Okay, and here in the dividend, b square is written over here. Are you getting me? Here in the dividend, I am comparing this question with the given question. Okay, now here b plus 1 is there, and in the dividend, b square is there. Okay, I have to multiply b with such a number or variable to get b square. What I want? Here, I want in the rough work, you can see that b plus 1 is going to multiply with what? With what to get b square? If I multiply here b with 1, so I can get b. No. If I multiply b with 2, I will get 2b. So what I want here? I have to multiply here b with what? Very good, Sheros. Very good, Bete. We have to multiply here b with b. Here, please look at this step carefully, Bete. B plus 1 is here. That is written in the divisor. Okay, that is the divisor b plus 1. We have to multiply b plus 1 here with the b to get b square. Why we want b square here? Why we want b square here? Because in the dividend here, b square is written. In the same way, we want 10 here. So we have multiplied 2 with 5. So 2 5s are 10. So in the same way, b plus 1 is multiplied with b to get b square. But here, plus 1 is also there. So when b is multiplied with b, we get b square. And here plus 1 is also there. So plus 1 multiplied with b, that means b ones are b. b into 1 is b. Are you getting me? b into 1 is b. First we have multiplied b into b. b into b is b square. Then this plus sign is copied as it is. So b ones are b. b ones are b. So here we get this answer. Okay, we get here when we multiply b plus 1 with b, we get b square plus b. So here I can write in the quotient b plus 1 . Yes, a student, clear? Step number 1 is b plus 1 is multiplied with b. When we multiply these two terms with b, we get b b's are b square and plus 1 b's are plus b. So we have written these terms over here. Okay. Now the next Next step is sign change. Here you can see that plus 10 is there. So the sign is converted into minus. So in the same way, here the sign of this second here, b square plus b is changed. Here the sign is plus. So we get the sign minus. Here the sign is of plus. We get the sign minus. Okay. We have to change the sign of this second terms. Okay, we have to change the sign of b square plus b. Now, when we subtract b square from b square, it will be cancel. It is just like 10 minus 10, cancel. In the same way, b square minus b square is cancel. Okay, now 3b minus b. When we subtract 3b, when we subtract b from 3b, that means 3 minus 1 is 2 and b is copied as it is. Okay, 3 minus 1 is 2 and b is copied as it is. Now what about this 2? We copied 2 here. Okay, plus 2 is there, so we have copied plus 2 as it is. Okay, now step number 2 is again we have to multiply b plus 1 with such a number to get 2b. Okay, again we have to multiply b with such a number to get 2b. So beta here 2b is there. If I multiply this b with 2, b with plus 2, I can get 2b. Just like b1s are b, b into 2 is 2b. So in the rough work, b plus 1 is multiplied with what to get 2b? b plus 1 is multiplied with 2 to get 2b. Okay, b into 2 is 2b plus 2 ones are 2. 2 ones are 2. Okay, so I can write this 2b plus 2 over here, and when we multiply b plus 1 with plus 2, I get 2b plus 2. Now the next step is again same of sign change. We have to change the sign of only the second term, and the second term is 2b plus 2. So there is a sign of plus here, so it will be converted into minus. Again there is a sign of plus, it is converted into minus. Now here 2b minus 2b, here the sign is now of minus. So 2b minus 2b is cancelled and 2 minus 2 is cancelled. So we get the answer here b plus 2. Okay, when we divide b square plus 3b plus 2 by b plus 1, we get the answer b plus 2. Clear everybody? We have to write this dividend and divisor within the small braces. Clear everybody? Now let's take one more. Yes, Hania, I'm going to explain it again. I'm taking one more example for you. Again, Hania, we have to write the divisor here and the dividend here. Clear? Now, m is multiplied with what? Here, m is multiplied with what to get m square? Okay, Hania, here m plus minus 5 is there in the divisor. We have to multiply the divisor with such a term to get m square. Why we want this m square? Because here in the dividend, m square is there. Okay? Okay, Hania, here we want m square in the dividend. Okay, the first term in the dividend is m square. So I want m square. I want something which is going to be multiplied with the divisor to get m square. So I am going to multiply m with m. M's are, when we multiply m with m, we get m square, and minus 5 m's are minus 5m. Clear? Clear everybody? So I can write here in the quotient m minus 5 m's are m minus 5 into m is m square minus 5m. Okay? Is it clear? Here, this m is written over here in the quotient and this is written here. Okay, when we multiply the divisor with this quotient, we get m square minus 5m. Clear? Now this is clear or not? Good, Aisha. Now students, the next step is we have to change the sign. Here the sign is of plus, so sign becomes minus. Here the sign is of minus, so it becomes plus. Now we are not going to consider this minus sign of 5. Okay? It becomes plus. So m square minus m square is cancelled. And minus 7 plus 5. Bete, minus 7 plus 5. Here the negative value is greater, so we get the answer minus 7 minus 5 is 2. Okay, 7 minus 5 is 2, and why we get the sign of negative? Because the negative value is greater. Okay, don't consider this minus sign with 5. It becomes plus now. We get minus 2m, and plus 10 is copied as it is. Now Hania, look at the second step carefully. Here m is multiplied with what to get minus 2m. Okay, Hania, look at this step carefully, Sheroz. Here m is multiplied with what to get minus 2m. So here I can multiply here with minus. Okay, here I can multiply it with minus 2. M minus 2's are minus 2m. Are you getting me? When we multiply m with minus 2, then I get minus 2m. Okay, when I multiply m with 2 plus 2, I get plus 2m. Are you getting me? So in the same way, when we multiply m with minus 2, I can get minus 2m. But what about this minus 5? We also have to multiply this minus 5 with minus 2. So when we multiply minus 5 with minus 2, minus minus plus. So here we get plus 5 2's are 10. Is it clear now? Here we get plus 10. So here minus sign of minus 2 will be converted into plus, and the sign of this plus 10 is converted into minus. So minus 2 and plus 2m will be cancelled, and plus 10 and minus 10 will be cancelled. And we get the answer m minus 2. We get the answer m minus 2. Like this. Here we have multiplied it with minus 2. So we get minus 2m plus 10. You have to do these steps in the rough work like this. So in the quotient we get minus 2, and in the here we get minus 2m plus 10. Next step is we have to change the sign. Here it is a sign of plus, minus, it becomes plus. Here it is a sign of plus, it becomes minus. So it will be cancelled, and we get the answer m minus 2. Don't forget to write down the dividend and divisor within the small braces. Now, is it clear, everybody? Very good, Hania. Is it clear, everything? Everything is clear, my dear? Very good. So, it's my turn to ask the question, students. Question number 1 is divide 20p square minus 12p by 2p. I want you to please mention bit number and the correct option number only, please. We don't have that much time, students, so be quick. Here I want Amna Maqsood, Iman Rashid here, and Anamta Rehan. I want you to answer the question. Please, I want you to share the answers with me. I want you to share answer number 1 with me quickly. Okay, quickly share your answers, everybody. So I get the answer by Kainat, by Rida, by Muhammad Ali, by Asya. Very good. Bete, the answer is B. Excellent. What about question number 2? Question number 2. Question number 2, my dear. Very good, Asya. Very good, Iman. Abir, very good. What about question number 2, my dear? Look at the signs carefully. So I get answer number 2 by Rida and Aisha. And very good, the answer is A. Excellent, my dear. Now what about question number 3, Tanya? What about question number 3? Excellent, Shehruz. Very good, Beti. So answer number 3 is here, option B. Excellent. Now the next question is 49a square b minus 28a by minus 7a. Beti, you have to be very careful about the divisor. Remember that whenever the divisor is single term, you have to follow the method which is described in exercise 3.7. Now here, I hope you all have copied this question in your notebook. Here I am going to share today's assignment with you. Okay, Arif, I am going to share your today's assignment with you, but you have to submit this assignment by tomorrow. Let me share your assignment with you. Lecture 26, this is assignment 21. Okay, assignment 21, you have to do this assignment in again algebra copy. Please maintain the index properly. This is page 51 and page 53. Mark the question 10, 12, 14 of exercise 3.7 and 3.8, question 1 and 2. Okay, each question carry 2 marks. Okay, each question carry 2 marks. Here I have mentioned that you have to prepare topic fractions from chapter 5 fraction. So here the example questions are there for you. Okay, and here exercise 3.8, the example question is there. You have to follow this method, BT. You have to draw the rough column. It's compulsory. Otherwise, you will not get any mark. Okay, you have to draw the rough column and you have to do the steps in the same way. Is it clear, everybody? Clear, students? Is it clear? Any question? Clear, everybody? If you are having any problem, you can ask me. Okay, so we get the answer here. Excellent. Here the answer is very good, Hanya. Your answer is correct, but must be a sign of minus here. Abhi, you are absolutely right. So thank you so much, my dear students, for sharing your answer. Take care of yourself, my dear, and Allah Hafiz.